The Marvel Cinematic Universe is turning into the empty cinematic universe. Now, I want to start by saying that I love Marvel. I am a big Marvel fan. I was there. I was very young when the first Iron Man came out, and I've always had, I have to be honest, a bit of a, I don't want to say grudge, but yeah, I was never like fully satisfied by the first Iron Man because, and this is because I love history, and they put together in that movie Alexander the Great with Genghis Khan and the Roman Empire, and I hate that. And then they quote Leonardo da Vinci, and it's like, I think they do it in a bit of a ignorant way. Because I would argue, because Genghis Khan is very different from Alexander the Great and the Roman Empire. So to put them just together because of the conquering they did and the amount of conquering area is just, I don't know, to me it's just, the historian within me suffers. And then you have Leonardo da Vinci, and it's like, yeah, he paints. And I understand they want to, Tony Stark is meant to be this sort of arrogant guy. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci was only in part a painter. It's like, I don't know, it's just like these little things. I know it's very personal. I think most people are probably okay with it, but I love Leonardo, and I studied deeply Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and the Roman Empire, and to just throw them like that in there, a part of me dies when I see that. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. The Marvel Cinematic Universe feels a bit empty later, and the problem is that I was there since the first Iron Man, and despite these details, I liked the first Iron Man. I think it was a great movie nevertheless. It was a great movie. I loved it. And it felt great. It felt like the great beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But now we are at a stage after Thor Love and Thunder. Thor Love and Thunder for me was really the turning point, because I was on board with this iteration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because I like Doctor Strange. I can relate to Thor. These are characters that I like, and Spider-Man, of course. But Doctor Strange was bittersweet, and Thor Love and Thunder was trash. And up to the point of Thor Love and Thunder, I was just kind of blindly trusted Marvel movies that they were gonna be good. But from Thor Love and Thunder on, I'm starting to feel this universe to be emptier and emptier and emptier. Because, well, I hated Thor Love and Thunder, and I give all my reasons here in this video. Yeah, Iron Man is gone. Captain America is gone. And you have all these years in which you built these characters, and people love these characters. And to have them go away, it's terrible. It's like having Fonzie going away from Happy Days, or these are like core characters. It's like, and since the Marvel Cinematic Universe really is a series, it's a series of movies, to have two of the most core characters go away sort of destroy the series to a certain degree. Not completely, of course, there are other characters that are great, but those are two of the main characters. And honestly, I loved Captain America and Iron Man a lot. I think they were a core part of my experience in the cinematic universe. And of course there was Thor too, but now Thor is a clown and I completely hated it. I am extremely low excited about the cinematic universe. I will say though, Deadpool 3 in the cinematic universe, that's the only thing that actually keeps... Deadpool is the only thing right now that is keeping the Marvel Cinematic Universe alive within me, because Doctor Strange is cool, but Multiverse of Madness was a bit of a letdown. Thor Love and Thunder was trash, was complete and utter trash. I hated it with a passion. And Iron Man is gone, Captain America is gone. I like the Guardian of the Galaxy. they're still around, but they turned Quill into a joke too in Endgame. I don't know. I didn't like this scene when Gamora hit him in the balls. It's like, why everything has to be funny? I really don't get it. Like in Marvel movies, everything has to be funny. Everything has to be a joke. And I don't know. I liked Peter Quill a lot, the character a lot, but you just kick him in the balls, literally. I don't know. I just felt a bit off to me. Maybe it's just personal, but it's just a bit. I'm still excited about the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think Guardians of the Galaxy is actually one of the best. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best movies from the MCU. So I'm excited about that too. But you have the Avengers, Secret Wars. You have all these titles that I don't care at all about. And I was watching the announcement of Kevin Feige for Phase 6 and all of that, and I was like, not excited. I mean, at the time, Deadpool 3 wasn't even there. So the only movie that really was exciting for me was Guardians of the Galaxy 3, of course. But all the others, I see all these titles and I'm like, I don't care about, I'm sorry, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know, I like, honestly, Ant-Man, like the actor that plays Ant-Man, I think is really cool, but he was always a minor character. He was never like a leading one. He was never a big one. But look, I like the actor that plays Ant-Man, but I was never like super emotionally involved in his story. Blade, I don't know what to make of it. This new Avengers movie, I don't know. Fantastic Four, I don't know about that either. Fantastic Four, I liked when Chris Evans and the original Fantastic Four, I think that was kind of nice. But I'm not really excited right now for the upcoming Fantastic Four. I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical right now. I like the MCU and I've been a fan of the MCU since the beginning, really. But ever since, I never, if I'm being honest, Iron Man snapping the finger in Endgame never felt right to me. I know many people liked it, some others liked it less. So my problem with Endgame, I have a bit of a problem with the end of Endgame, ironically. It's essentially the idea that I don't think they built that moment enough, at least for me. Like in theaters, Thanos is defeated. I mean, at the end of Endgame, when Captain Marvel arrives, Thanos is done. Bro, this one superhero completely destroyed Thanos' super shape or whatever. And do you think this character will have any problem completely annihilate the entire army of Thanos? I don't think so. When Captain Marvel arrives, it's done. The way they presented it is done. They win. So for me, when Tony snaps the finger, it didn't feel as powerful because the only Avenger that was actually in danger of dying was Rocket. The only Avenger that is shown that would have been eaten is Rocket Raccoon. And all the other Avengers were pretty much fine. I'm pretty sure they would have won. I think, they say it with Doctor Strange, there's only one universe in which we win, and it's the universe in which Tony Stark snaps the finger. But I just didn't like how they built it in the theater because it didn't feel like Thanos was this unbeatable foe. In theater, it feels like the Avengers would have been fine. I mean, I think if Tony Stark just snapped the finger and went into another universe where, like, say that Thanos couldn't get the Infinity Stones, he was done. Like, what could... If Tony Stark just went on another planet or something, I am pretty sure the Avengers would have won the battle. And then he could have just come back and he would have not there was no need for him to die. I know it's like Doctor Strange says, only one, therefore this is the only, but in theater, I just felt a bit meh, because there was never a point in which I genuinely thought the Avengers were gonna die, Thanos' army was not that threatening, honestly. So that's why the Tony snapping if they showed, for example, say that Thanos' army was actually that powerful, so say Pepper was about to die, and even Captain Marvel was about to die, and Thor was about to die, and Captain America was about to die. Let's say the army completely overwhelmed the Avengers, and literally everything boils down to Tony being in the right place at the right time, grabbing the stone and snapping the finger and saving everyone else in the process. Then it would have felt more of a payoff. It would have felt more motivated. I would have said, okay, that makes sense. That there's no way they're gonna win that. No freaking way. They are literally all about to die. But in the movie, it's not like that. In the movie, it's Tony being at the right place at the right time. And Doctor Strange says that's the only one universe. But Thanos was losing. I mean, the moment the ship goes down, Thanos is losing, period. I mean, the ship literally went down with one of the superheroes. Only one. I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel could have just defeated everyone by herself. But yeah, it's just, that's why Endgame was good. It was a great movie, don't get me wrong. Freaking love it. 8, 9 out of 10 easily. Great movie. But when you think about it over time, it's one of those movies that doesn't really age that well in my mind, because you start to think and you're like, yeah, not very convincing. And even in theater, I wasn't very convinced either. And I will also add that I have a problem with Iron Man. And this is the problem. Iron Man is a great character, and they keep making Iron Man changing the costume. Why? So if you want to be stronger, by principle, Iron Man should have multiple arc reactor. Why Tony Stark has not created yet a multiple arc reactor suit? There is no point in using one arc reactor that produces a certain level of energy and changing the suits. Is like having a bomb and changing the bazooka. What you want to do is having multiple bombs, so you can create way more energy. So imagine Iron Man with a multiple arc reactor suit. Like he has one arc reactor here and here and here and here and here and here. He can totally blow away Thanos with one shot, with like say 100 or like 10 or whatever arc reactors. If he was able to scratch Thanos in Infinity War with one arc reactor, imagine if he had 10. I'm pretty sure he can fit 10 in his body. Like let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think you can get to 15. Pretty sure Tony Stark can figure it out. If Tony Stark can figure out how to use 6 Infinity Stones, the most powerful stones in the entire universe, I am pretty sure he can figure out a multi-arc reactor suit. Just saying, that's the biggest. When you understand that, Iron Man kinda dies. Like, the power scale of Iron Man doesn't make sense when you realize, yeah, you should totally put multiple arc reactors. Like, why one with different suits? It makes no sense. But anyway, and if you want to get fancy with all the Wakanda technology, you can, but please use more than one arc reactor. Anyway, this was a tangent. Let me go back to the main argument. So, yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, don't get me wrong, I am a big fan, and I freaking love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I kind of grew up with that, whether I like it or not. I was there for the first Iron Man. I'm still here, and I love it. I'm a big fan. It's just, as a fan, it is starting to feel a bit more. It is starting to feel a bit emptier, and I am worried about that, because Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness wasn't that great. It was good, but it wasn't that great. Thor Love and Thunder was complete trash. Everything is in TV series right now. Not many movies on the horizon that excites me. Spider-Man Far From Home was great. I loved that. That was brilliant. With all the other Spider-Mans, that was brilliant. But I was a bit sad because I watched the announcement of Phase C by Kevin Feige and I wasn't feeling excited at all. And I was like feeling a bit sad because nothing really was exciting about all these movies except Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I discovered that Deadpool 3 was gonna join with Wolverine. That's exciting. That's the only reason the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not completely empty for me yet. Okay, we got Deadpool 3 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we have Wolverine as well. Oh my god, if they do the storyline of Deadpool destroys the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, that would be so cool. If they do that comic book, that would be so cool. So I'm excited about that. I have to be honest. I don't think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is completely empty. For me, it's just getting a bit emptier because Iron Man is dead, Captain America is dead, they turn him into a clown. Doctor Strange is cool, I'm fine with him, but no more Doctor Strange movies in Phase 6. Guardians of the Galaxy, I love them, but they kind of turn Quill into a bit of a joke. Yeah, not too much excited about them. I'm okay, but not too much excited about them. Spider-Man is great, but again, Phase 6 doesn't have more Spider-Mans. And to me, the savior is Deadpool, the man himself. I love Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, and I am so excited to see Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, which also gives me a bit of hope that maybe Robert Downey Jr. will come back as Iron Man. It will make so much sense, honestly. It's like, how can you even leave such a role? I understand that he played it for a long time, and man, if you're tired of it, he's completely allowed to leave. But that's so iconic, and he built such a world. It's really hard to let that behind. It's like he did really something amazing there. So, but hey, that's up to him. I just miss Tony Stark as a character. And please, for the love of God, create a multi-arc reactor suit that can be probably even more powerful than Thor and Hulk, and who knows, maybe even, I don't know about Captain Marvel, she's kind of off the charts, but man, a multi-arc reactor suit, that can be so freaking powerful. Like, imagine if Tony Stark wears the Hulk Buster with a multiple arc reactor. I'm pretty sure you can fit like 20 or 30 arc reactors on the Hulk Buster. So that would probably beat even Captain Marvel, actually. That would be pretty off the chart. That would be pretty powerful. But yeah, it's just, I just feel like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is feeling a bit emptier. It's not completely empty yet. Still love it. Big fan. Completely love the Cinematic Universe. But this is just my concerns right now, especially after Thor Love and Thunder, which I hate with a passion. But yeah, I hope things will get better, and I hope we will get better movies and better characters, and they will play good with Phase 6. I remember years ago, I was excited about the new Thor, the new Captain America, the new Iron Man, everything. I was excited about every single movie. But now, after Thor Love and Thunder, Iron Man Gone, Captain America, after all of this that I just talked about, I feel just a bit less excited for the next Avengers Assemble, and I just feel a bit less excited about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I hope that it will prove me wrong. I hope that the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be actually even greater than it was before. I really hope so. I just feel a bit less excited about it. And yeah, the problem is that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is also becoming a bit of a parody of himself. So it's becoming a bit too many jokes, man. Please stop with the jokes all the time. And yeah, I think it's becoming a bit too much of a parody of itself. And I hope this stops and we go back to more meaningful stories. But yeah, I really hope for the future that the cinematic universe, the Marvel cinematic universe, will be better. And what do you think about the MCU? Have you been let down recently by MCU as well? Have you felt like it's getting a bit emptier as well? Maybe you felt the opposite? Let me know down below. I'm curious to know what you think about the MCU in this recent iteration, in this recent development. I'm very curious, and yeah, let me know down below in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, and see you. Peace.